Hey guys, what's up? Paladin here. How you guys doing? So, here it is, the Battleground 2014 review. Was Battleground better than the last Battleground, or did it suck ass like the last Battleground? Well, I'm going to start off by spoiler warning, saying that ding ding ding, if you think that this Battleground was actually going to be better than last year's, then you are a correct person, because it was. It was leagues better than last year's Battleground. But anyway, just because it was leagues better than last year's Battleground does not mean that it was, better than a average pay-per-view. It was, a sort of average pay-per-view with a good couple of highlights. And whoops, that was my drawer. Ignore that sound. I always have to point that out, if I'm, recording and I have my arm on this rest. I'm gonna stop talking with the accent now. I always point that out, though, when I'm recording. I always typically, put my arm on this little drawer here, and it typically makes sounds if I decide to move slightly. So, yeah. Anyways, getting on to the actual, point of the video here. Of the review anyways. So, I actually did get to watch the pre-show for once. Hooray. And it was a pretty pre-show. I actually didn't realize that there were two pre-shows, apparently, though. Apparently there's two pre-shows. I did not watch the other one that randomly happened. I watched the one that was scheduled for a couple of days, which was Cameron versus Naomi. In my predictions video, I immediately stated that if Naomi loses the match, then that'd be completely, utterly retarded. And if Cameron wins, then I don't know what the fuck WWE is doing. Turns out Cameron won. And I think afterwards Naomi kind of beat on her and shit, and that kind of evened it out, I guess, slightly. But I think that that's a stupid decision, and I think this is going to continue on to SummerSlam. By the way, the reason that this video is a day behind, I usually typically try to get my reviews out on Monday, is just because I typically record on Monday. And the video takes a while to render, and it usually will just come out on Tuesday. Will I ever actually typically have some come out on Monday? Maybe, but that will require me to literally do the video right after watching the pay-per-view, and at which point I'm extremely fucking tired, because I'm usually the usually the host with a bunch of guests over my house, and I gotta manage all that, and, you crash pretty hard after you drink a bunch of soda and other sweets and just food in general, like pizza and all that other shit. But after that, I just didn't feel like, making the video. So anyways, I'm doing it now, and this should be uploaded by Tuesday, which is tomorrow, which is actually technically today, the 22nd of July, which I believe is Tuesday. Because it is 12:43 in the morning. But anyways, back to the pay-per-view. The time for this match was 3 minutes and 21 seconds. The Wikipedia times change every now and then, so don't take these with a grain of fucking salt. Because I've noticed that sometimes people change them and edit them, and yeah. I didn't watch the first match, which was Adam Rose with Layla and Summer Rae versus Fandango. Didn't know that that match was even happening. Apparently that match went on for 1 minute and 21 seconds, so not that interesting. Cameron defeated Naomi by... oh no, Naomi didn't get any revenge. Cameron defeated Naomi by cheating because she held on to, like, Naomi's tights, in which case she got the pin because Naomi couldn't kick out. Anyways, on to the actual match card. We have probably the best match of the night, actually, to be completely honest. The Usos versus the Wyatt family, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, in a 2 out of 3 falls for tag team match for the championships. This match apparently went on for 9 minutes and 22 seconds. I always forget to do that. Wow, I am stupid. I am so sorry. I forgot to rate the last match. Like I said, I'm not going to rate a match that I haven't seen, so I'm not going to rate the Adam Rose versus Fandango match. As for Cameron versus Naomi, I was about to say Kiyomi. I don't know why. Anyways, as for Cameron versus Naomi, I'm gonna give it like a I don't know, like a 2. Just bleh. The person that should have obviously won didn't win. That's just my biased opinion, but hey, I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with me, considering if you think Cameron is a good wrestler, I think you're fucking blind. Anyways, so yeah, this match went on for 19 minutes and 22 seconds. I was expecting the Wyatt family to win this match, but they did not. The Usos actually won the match, and it's rather disappointing that they won the match, as a friend of mine sort of agreed with me. There was a highlight moment in this match. The entire match itself was really good, but there was a really key highlight in this match where usually the Usos tend to do their like kicks or whatever, their super kicks to the face, and then it stuns them, their opponent, and then they do the body drop or whatever. I can't remember which Uso did it, so sorry, apologies for that. But literally, Luke Harper just took like one of the biggest fucking kicks to the face, spun around and did his fucking finisher, that spinning clothesline that he does, which is really awesome, that I love. And honestly, I thought that that's when the match was going to end, just like everybody else in the crowd, which is kind of funny because once Jimmy, like I don't know which one kicked out, which Uso. Once the Uso, I'm just gonna say, kicked out, everybody started booing, because that should have been the end of it. The Wyatt family should have won the tag team championships. It's the second time that they fought the Usos. For the fact that they didn't win the championships is boggling my mind, as the ending of that match just should have shown that the Wyatt family should have won, but whatever. I'm still going to give the match like about a good 3.5, maybe a 4. It was pretty much the match of the night. It was just a back and forth, really great match. I'm going to probably lean closer to a 4, honestly, on this one. It was a really good match. But I lean closer more to a 4, but I still think it's a good 3.5 out of 5 stars. So moving on, we have AJ Lee versus Paige in a singles match for the Divas Championship, which went on for 7 minutes and 14 seconds, which is a little depressing, as this match could have honestly gone on for about a good solid 10 minutes, because it was a pretty decent match. I believe people were chanting, "This is awesome," as they were in the last match, with the tag team. People were chanting, "This is awesome," and that rarely ever happens during a Divas match. And it was pretty awesome to see these two go at it. I obviously expect them to go at it again at SummerSlam, in which case AJ won this match and defeated Paige, and Paige did not get back the title. So AJ retained it. I do believe that for SummerSlam, I don't know why I'm getting my words mixed up here. I do believe at SummerSlam that Paige will win back the title from AJ. It'll be a back and forth sort of thing. I think this rivalry is going to last a good solid couple of months, several months at that. So overall, I think the match got a good 3 out of 5. It was a pretty good match for a Divas match. Next up, we have Rusev with Lana versus Jack Swagger with Zeb Coulter. And the match was won by countout, actually. It was a plain singles match. The match went on for apparently 9 minutes and 57 seconds. This match was actually pretty good, too. It went back and forth. Swagger was showing that he, was a champion before, and he can still do very well in the ring, is what I'm trying to say. And I also, would agree with that. I think Jack Swagger is a little underutilized at the moment, as Cesaro just keeps skyrocketing into fame pretty much at the moment. He's not a champion or anything, but he obviously gets more screen time than Swagger, at least good screen time than Swagger. Swagger unfortunately lost this match, but he lost it in a questionable way. What happened with Swagger is that I believe he took a kick from Rusev on the outside of the ring. Something along those lines, and then Swagger got thrown into the ring post outside of the ring, and he didn't get back up after that, and that's why it ended in a countout. This was extremely strange, because I don't think the match was supposed to end this way, and all of my friends were questioning it as well. We thought that, it was going to be a pinfall, or at least, a submission, maybe even win. But it didn't happen. It just ended awkwardly. It was by countout. Honestly, I think Swagger was literally knocked out at this point. I believe he actually did hit his head, because wrestling is scripted. I do believe he actually did hit his head on that metal post, in which case he was unconscious. He is actually at the hospital right now, if I remember correctly. Who knows if that's part of the storyline or not. However, it was said today on Raw, technically yesterday, on Raw, that, he's in the hospital. So I'd imagine, something's going on with him and he's going to be out for a while. Next up was Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, which actually didn't happen because Dean Ambrose came over to Seth Rollins in an interview and they kind of fought, and which resulted in a very, very funny sort of... I forgot to do it again, didn't I? That's why I kept pausing. I was like, wait a second. I didn't review the last match, did I? I didn't give it a score. Jesus, what is wrong with me today? Jack Swagger and Rusev, I'm going to give it like a 3. A good 3. Maybe, yeah, no, a good 3. A good 3. I would maybe give it a little higher, but the match ended kind of awkwardly, and it didn't have too many key factors in it that made me go, wow, that was awesome, or anything like that. But Dean Ambrose jumped on Seth Rollins when he was getting interviewed backstage, and a fight broke out, which resulted in a very hilarious roll that Dean Ambrose did, because when he jumped on Seth Rollins, he spun just really awkwardly on Seth Rollins, and then, just a crazy Ambrose style of fighting, and he got ejected from the building. I'm going to put quotes on that, ejected from the building. So this match obviously has no time, though, by the way, because he was ejected, quote-unquote. And so the match didn't happen, and Seth Rollins technically won because he came out and said that, hey, since Dean Ambrose isn't here, he obviously forfeits. So, yeah, I win. So Seth Rollins technically won the match. But anyways, moving on. I guess I'll give that little segment a 2. I really don't care for it. I wish the match would have actually happened. If I sound a little sick, it's because I am sick. Moving on. Also, guys, if you're like, wow, this guy sounds so boring right now. Why am I even watching this? Even though you're like, let me check the timer, like 12 minutes in already. It's just because I'm sick, and also I've gone through a lot today, and today's been just a really busy day. And plus it is, almost 1 a.m. now, so yeah. Moving on, though, Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt went at it for a good 15 minutes, apparently. A good 15 minutes and 1 second. And this match was really good. I'm going to give it a 3.5 already, just to state that. None of these matches I really don't think got a good solid 4 out of me, actually, to be completely honest. There wasn't really one that excruciatingly stood out. Like I said, the Usos and the Wyatt family match is probably the best one to watch. And it's actually the longest match on the card now that I actually look at this card. Again, the times could be wrong. Wikipedia could update later, but, whatever. The ending to this match was actually very surprising, as Chris Jericho won, because I thought Chris Jericho was going to let Bray Wyatt win, as it was going to elevate Bray Wyatt, as this sort of still is elevating Bray Wyatt, as from what happened on Raw. And he's clearly still an extremely relevant person, thanks to, again, I guess Chris Jericho, as he is technically elevating him right now through the story mode that those two are having, or at least the story that, I shouldn't say story mode, but the story that these two are having. So, personally, I think that the match was really good. I'm going to give it like a 3.5 out of 5. And it was a solid match. What it also showed was that Bray Wyatt actually can handle a one-on-one situation, as Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were actually ejected by the referee for interfering with the match a little too much. So they got ejected, and most of the match was a one-on-one without, those two interfering with the match like they did in the beginning, at least. So, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that match. Next up, we have The Miz winning why does it say 19? That's weird. The 20-man Battle Royale for the vacant Intercontinental Championship, which Bad News Barrett actually came out before the match and actually gave a pretty cool promo. I liked what he said when in that promo. It was a very short promo, but it was a really good promo. Pretty much saying that you should take me seriously once I get back and I'm healed and everything, because that belt is gonna come right back to me, yada yada yada. This match went apparently on for 14 minutes and 11 seconds. It felt longer than that, but alright, we'll go with that. apparently from Wikipedia standards anyways. You know, people can edit this thing anyways, so whatever. Take everything with a grain of salt, at least when it comes to the match times. Anyways, The Miz won this match, and there were a lot of good spots in it, but I don't know if this was like the best battle royale that I've ever fucking seen. And the most upsetting thing is the ending, as it really seemed like Ziggler was actually going to win this. Miz actually, for the majority of the match, stayed outside the ring because he fell under the bottom rope and didn't go over the top rope. Therefore, he was still in the match. And I gotta point out something to people that hate Sheamus. Sheamus puts on good matches when you put him with somebody that's really good. Sheamus is like the Triple H of this generation. I'm just gonna point that out. He is. So, that being said, when you throw Triple H with somebody really good these days, that obviously usually calls for a good match. And Dolph Ziggler is obviously someone that can put on a really damn good show. You know, he's stealing the show. It was just an amazing thing to watch these two go at it for, like, I think it was like a good solid 4, maybe 3 minutes at the end of the match. It was just those two fighting, going back and forth, which was really nice to see, because it showed that Dolph Ziggler still has it, and that he always did, honestly, because Dolph Ziggler is such an amazing wrestler, at least in my opinion. And it showed that Sheamus, when he's going against somebody that's really strong in their wrestling ability, that he also usually brings out his best as well. It really, honestly, at that point could have gone either way, but I only did it for a split second while everybody else seriously did forget that he was on the outside. People forgot, in my house, that Miz wasn't eliminated. And the second that Ziggler, threw Sheamus over, The Miz came out of nowhere and just quickly pushed Dolph over, which, from what I'm hearing, Dolph actually was supposed to win this match, but because Miz is a movie star or whatever, at least by WWE standards, they decided to have The Miz win, which I think is just completely fucking stupid. It's a win-lose situation. I don't think it's completely stupid. I just think that, first of all, the way he won it was retarded. And secondly, for such a good showing between Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus, I would have rather had either one of those win this match after all of that. For the fact that Miz came out of nowhere and stole it by literally being gone for most of the match is a little ridiculous just because he came back. I don't really care what WWE's reasoning behind it is. Dolph Ziggler deserves a title of some sorts, and that should be soon rather than later. Because Ziggler's gotten cheated out of so many title opportunities now, I've lost fucking count. Not only title opportunities, but titles in general. So this is getting a little silly, WWE. What the hell are you fucking doing? Moving on. We have the last match of the night, which was the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Again, this is a retarded fucking name. I don't care if you're getting tired of it by now. I'm tired of hearing the name. The name of this title, these unified titles, is fucking stupid. It should just be called the Unified Championship. End of story. This match went on for apparently 18 minutes and 15 seconds. And in the match was John Cena, the champion, defending his title against Kane, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns. I'm going to give it a 3.5, actually close to a 4 as well. Simply for the fact that Roman Reigns went off on everybody, and it was the most fucking hilarious and awesome thing to watch. He actually speared, I believe, Kane through a barricade, or maybe it was Randy Orton. I think it might have been Randy Orton. And it was just a really good back-and-forth match. Obviously, Kane and Randy Orton did not get along during this match, for the most part anyways, closer to the end, middle-ish of the match. So they stopped helping out each other. And the best thing about this match, again, is just Roman Reigns going off on everybody and just beating the hell out of everyone. I think he literally did spear everyone in this match at least once. It was kind of awkward, though, because Randy didn't really do too much during this match. He was actually out for most of the match, which was kind of disappointing. And so, yeah, it was mainly just Kane, John Cena, and Roman Reigns. There actually were a couple of close calls for Kane where you thought Kane was going to actually win the match, but I always knew that it was either, between John Cena or Roman Reigns. Obviously, John Cena winning the match. Personally, I don't really care for that. You already know I rant about John Cena all the damn time, and I could honestly give a shit about him. And with Raw, actually, tonight, that I just got done watching again about an hour ago, or technically, I guess, almost 2 hours ago now, proves that at SummerSlam, if John Cena wins, I'm really just going to rant, like, for a straight, like, 5 minutes or so, probably. Because he's going against Brock Lesnar, if you didn't know already. And, if John Cena wins that match, I think I'll fucking riot. But anyways, moving on. This match, like I said, was pretty good. There were a good couple of spots in it. I gotta keep bragging about it. You gotta see the ending of this match. It literally is insane because Roman Reigns is literally beating the shit out of everyone. He's spearing every last person he fucking sees. It would have been really cool to see a double spear in this match, which didn't happen, I don't believe, so that kind of sucks. I think the way the match ended, too, was kind of lame, because somebody honestly could have broke up Cena's pin if they really wanted to, because I believe somebody could have gotten back up really quick. But anyways, overall, it was a decent match. If you're a Roman Reigns fan, you're definitely going to want to watch it. As for the entire pay-per-view review, out of 10, not 5, out of 10, this one is about a good 6, maybe a 7. I'm going to give it that. I don't remember what I gave my last Battleground review of, as I've said before, but if I wasn't harsh enough already on that pay-per-view, then that pay-per-view definitely gets a 2 or a 3 out of 10. So yeah, it was pretty fucking bad. It honestly felt like a really bad airing of Raw, to be completely honest, and it pisses me off more, even so to the point because I actually went there, as I stated before in the prediction video. Moving on, this Battleground was a lot better. A good 6 or 7-ish is pretty much what I would give it. And honestly, anything above 5, in my opinion, or at least 5.5 or a 6, is generally a decent to good pay-per-view. Anything higher than a 8 means that it was a really great pay-per-view, and if I actually give something a 10 in the future, which WrestleMania 30 was close, it was very close, until that one match we don't speak of with a streak related to it. But anyways, moving on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and just agree with some of my thoughts and opinions on the overall pay-per-view. What would you guys give the overall pay-per-view? What is your guys' that just sounds so fucking weird. Anyways, what are your reviews for the entire pay-per-view out of 10? Let me know in the comments section down below. And if you enjoy the video, minus my extreme sickness and me not being able to breathe through my fucking nose and taking long pauses in this video, I apologize again. And I also sound kind of boring again because it's just really fucking late. I should have did this video earlier, but I was busy earlier, and I was like, I'm not going to have this video come out on, like, Wednesday, or at least the day after, so, yeah. Again, if you enjoyed the video, thank you very much. Leave a like, comment down below your review, your opinions, and subscribe for more if you enjoyed what you have seen here today. And, yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.